How are you today? Welcome to Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen. My name is Stevie Lynn, and the Earth-Based Kitchen is basically a channel that is located on the intersection of veganism, healthy aging, and happiness. And I'm so glad that you are here with me tonight. Um, so tonight we're going to be talking about cultivating a sense of want, and that is my longevity and happiness hack. And I'm going to talk about like why this works, and then I will go into like all the things that I do to to make it happen. And these aren't these are gentle things, gentle hacks. It's not like it's not like extremism. You know what I mean? Can't wait to get into that. The other day when I was filming a video, I got really excited in my intro, and I was like dancing around and jumping around and everything, and my microphone fell off and broke. So now I'm talking to you from a fork. Which I think is a little appropriate, like knives over forks, a fork for the vegan stuff. Anyway, on Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen, it's about veganism, healthy aging, and longevity, but a lot of what you will find here is cooking. I love to cook vegan cuisine. And I think about vegan cuisine as like as a cuisine, as you would any other kind of cuisine. It has its own methods, and and I just love it. I've been on and off vegan, over the last 20 years. I've been kind of between vegetarian and vegan, and even a little pescatarian for part of it, but I have always implemented vegan cooking methods. Um, but yeah, so I like to cook vegan food with healthy aging and happiness in mind. And what that means is that I like to cook with a lot of foods that are implicated in healthy aging according to like evidence-based um, science and studies. But also, we didn't go overboard in terms of like no oil. You know? Like I think food needs to be enjoyable and nourishing. I mean, if you point of having a long life, if you're not you know if you're obsessing over health or depriving yourself. So I'm not about that. I know a lot of vegans who are really health conscious. They don't use oil at all, and there's a good reason for that, because a lot of they have a lot of them are on which the starch solution, which is a whole food plant-based diet with, and oils are not whole food, so they don't want to use oils because of that. But also because when you're doing a high carb diet that's loaded with like rice or potatoes, like potatoes are great for you. They're highly nutritious, and they're nutrient dense, and they're not really laden with calories until you add the oil. You could take like a 50 calorie potato and turn it into a 500 calorie, you know, small fries. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful, when it comes to oil. You and I am, like I think like you just have to be careful. You just have to measure out your oil and you're good, you know. But we're not here to talk about oil, but nobody's here yet. So I'm just going to chat a little bit about what we do here, and and see if anybody shows up. And if nobody shows up, we will get on with the show. So, yes, so I love to cook vegan cuisine. That means food that's satiating and healthful. I mean, satiating and flavorful. Everything in moderation, except for the fact that I don't eat animals, which is, I consider, more of an ethical decision rather than a dietary decision. Um, my recipes are also gluten-free because I have a gluten allergy. Uh, and because I cook mostly whole food, my food is frugal too. Now with gluten-free, you the flours that you have to use can be expensive. Like it's expensive, like to get chickpea flour. It's like it's expensive. I mean, it's expensive here in North Carolina, but I know some hacks to get around it so you don't have to, pay all the money. Okay. So that's what my channel is mostly about. If that's something that you're interested in, consider subscribing. Hit the bell button as well so you'll be notified. I hope that works. I think that works. I hear that that doesn't always work, but we can always see. um, so besides being vegan, I'm also like on this journey to learn more about healthy aging and longevity. One second, I'm losing my voice. Drinking rooibos tea, I love it. I love rooibos tea so much. It's a great herbal tea. I like it because it kind of tastes smoky, and it tastes like tea, not like herbal tea. Um, and it's really good for you. It has a lot of alpha hydroxy acids in it. So, like studies have shown that people who drink, I think, like 3 cups a day, look younger. So. Okay, so as I was saying before I was joking up, I'm on a journey to learn more about healthy aging and longevity. Basically, I want to increase my health span or the length of time that I'm healthy in my life. I'm constantly reading about new innovations, lots of books. I'm really into David A. Sinclair. He wrote a book called Lifespan, and I'll put a link to it down below. There's already a link to it. I already did it. Or the book How Not to Die. And there's actually a cookbook, and it's mostly plant-based because uh, plant-based foods, foods that are rich in legumes and whole starches, are highly implicated in longevity, more so than anything else. And yeah, so I'm just, I'm always reading these things, trying to figure out how to implement these new ideas, new innovations in my life, in a very frugal way, not buying expensive supplements, but just, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that um, in a second. Someone just popped on, but they popped off. All right. Um, yeah, so I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor of any kind. I don't even have a comprehensive um, like understanding of longevity of the whole entire subject. There's so many like like there's so many levels, to learn about molecular structural. Well, we'll talk about that in a sec too. But I'm just sharing what I learn as I go. And I'm sure that over time I will also be, correcting myself. And you can correct me too. I have no problems with that. I would really love to get a conversation going, which would be wonderful. I'll leave some links of the real professionals down below in case you want to take a deep dive yourself. And that would be great because that would be really, that's the best way to to start a conversation is to become informed, right? So Leanne, she's my partner in crime, and she's usually with me. Oh, someone popped on. Someone popped off. So Leanne is usually with me, and we, basically just kind of chat and have a girls' night. Um, but things are going to be a little different because I switched things to Friday. Friday happens to be the day that her husband has the day off, and she wants to spend her time with him. So naturally, I mean, she was going to compromise and, spend like one Friday with him and then the next Friday with us. And I was like, no, 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 you need to hang out with your man. so, so she's not going to be with us on Friday, and I'm going to keep Fridays topical where I just talk about veganism, healthy aging, and longevity. And but I'm going to be going live twice a week from now on. And on Tuesdays, we're going to be going live. Me and Leanne together. It's going to be Vegan Taco Tuesdays, where I'm going to come with a taco or three. And I'll share my recipe. It's going to be a gluten-free vegan taco, and I will share my recipe with you because I actually am kind of working on a book. And then vegan not vegan and I and then Leanne and I will we'll just, we're just gonna hang out with you. It's just gonna be a ladies' night in, and we're just gonna chat about all the things that we chat about, which is like a lot of things. Like I was just chatting with her. We chat all the time. We have this constant conversation going, and we were just we were talking about why is it that miniature things are so fun, like doll houses. And there's this channel, not channel, there's this page on Instagram that is all about miniature cooking. It's like a little miniature cooking show. And she sent me this link you know, where they make a little, like a glazed tofu dish in a tiny little pan. And why is that so intriguing? I have no idea. Why is it so intriguing? And when we started pondering, like, what would that be? Is it our God complex that we want to like look down on little things, or I don't know. I did have a little gluten earlier, so I'm wheezing. Is it like, I mean, I'm being crazy here, but what if whatever created us because they were into little things? And now we've inherited that same impulse to, want to create little train towns and doll houses. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being weird right now. Okay, let's see. I really, so I Michael, my husband, my in-laws are here, and so it's been really hard for me to get the videos out and stuff. It's been a little frustrating. And Michael went and got something from a restaurant, just to help my burden, to relieve some of my burden. And he got a bunch of food, and there were these like Brussels sprouts that were really good, but they had like crunchies on it, and I'm pretty sure had gluten. And so when I eat gluten, I get an allergy. It would be like I'm allergic to cats. It's kind of like a cat allergy. It would be kind of like eating a cat hairball. I get wheezy. I get inflamed. Everything gets tight. I get a headache. I mean, I feel like I'm about to get sick. Hey, who's here? I'm on my phone, so I can't actually see who's showing up. But ooh, what is this button? Who's here? Oh, you're gone. What is this button? Can I enhance myself? What is it? No filter. Overexposed. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Kind of dreamy boho. This is pretty cool. I like it. It's a lot, but we're gonna go with it. It's soft. Okay. So, yes. So come back on Tuesday, and Leanne and I are going to have a vegan Taco Tuesday. She's not a vegan, but that's okay. I'm the one bringing the tacos. So, and that, I'm going to share a taco recipe with you, and maybe even a margarita too. So, and we're just gonna have a ladies' night in, and it is about 9:15. Um, Someone's at my door. It's my honey bunch. Smokey, come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. This is my boy. So he's been loving his grandpa. His grandpa's been visiting and just been playing non-stop ball with you, right? Yeah. Even when I went on every day I go for walks outside, even though it's like a slip and slide out there, it's so muddy. But I just do my walks and I go round and round and round. I don't go to the gym. I don't go, I just do my walks and I listen to a book. And I do that for like an hour, and he usually comes along with me, tries to get me to play ball. I play ball with him. But today, he just wanted to hang out with his grandpa, and it was so cute. He didn't even really, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to talk about what I've been learning. Just one thing. Not one thing. I'm going to be talking about cultivating a sense of want, basically, and what that does. What that does on the longevity front and what that does on the happiness front. They're really intersected, actually. Is that the right word? Intersection. This is an intersectional view of it. So, from the biological perspective, there's this thing that's called an adaptive stress response. And what this means is that if you stress your cells, they become a little damaged. And when that happens, a repair mechanism will be triggered, which will restore the stress damaged cells back to a less corrupted copy of themselves. And the parts that I don't really understand, like fully, it's going to be a while before I understand, but there are these molecules called sirtuins, and it seems like their job is to manage the expression of DNA. And so if the DNA is expressing itself in a kind of a corrupted way, the sirtuins fix it. But you don't need to know all that. I don't know all about that either. And so this repair mechanism will be triggered if you damage yourself a little bit, if you add stress to your body, it will trigger a repair mechanism at the cellular level, and that will, like as I said, either restore the corrupted copy, or it will trigger cell death. So and that is especially the case if it sees that the cell is getting really wonky and could be dangerous to the body, like a cancer cell. And yes, I need to understand it better. But I imagine that many of you who follow me are aware of things like microneedling. So microneedling is an example of an adaptive stress, because what you do when you do the microneedling is you're damaging the skin to cause inflammation, which triggers a collagen synthesis, and it helps reduce wrinkles and scars. So you damage your skin, and it sends a message to whatever creates collagen, and that comes and fixes, your face. So at the molecular level, that's called an adaptive stress response or hormetic stress. Who's on? Hello, hello. Welcome to Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen. I am talking today about cultivating a sense of want and how that can help you on the longevity front and the happiness front. And please introduce yourself because I can't see who you are. Oh, who's here? I'm very excited. Very excited. So, oh, it's Katie. I think, yeah. Hello. Hi, love. How are you? Thank you so much for showing up. I've been chatting away, by myself, introducing the channel, talking about science. Someone else is here too. Welcome. Please introduce yourself if you're coming on. I can't see who you are because I'm on my phone. I don't have that like little sidebar, where I could see who is there. Yeah, so I'm hanging out in my bedroom because I have guests and they're up in my studio or my office. And yeah, this is the quietest place in the house and I'm here. And then the other day while I was shooting a video, I got really excited in my introduction. I was like dancing around and this flew off of me, my microphone. And it broke. So now it's on a fork. Can you hear me? I hope. You're doing well. I never know what to say when I go live. I know. Well, I kind of scripted it. So because I have guests, I'm not able to edit my video the way I can't edit my video. They're in my office. So I did a little script for this live, kind of in lieu. I mean, I am going to be going live every Friday. That's the plan. But I wanted to make this a more informative live, so that it could serve as the video, if that makes sense. Oh, and I should be reading what you say. So, Salgados on the go, that's Katie. She says, hello, love. And then she says, I'm doing well. I never know what to say when I'm live. I get scared to be boring. I know. But, I think people, they want company. They just love the company. Katie has a YouTube channel called Salgados on the Go. She's actually local. She lives near me. We haven't met, but yeah, she lives near me. And her channel is, about her and her family, and they go do things like go to restaurants that are local. They go on like trips, vacations. It's like kind of a travel. It's kind of a travel channel, isn't it? But it's also lifestyle. And yeah, I'm digging it. I love it. Their kids are so cute. Yeah, so I was talking about how adaptive stress or hormetic stress is a mechanism triggers your cells to repair themselves because basically your cells get damaged and it triggers a mechanism that comes to your cells to repair the damage and it restores the cells to better, hopefully better than before, or it gets rid of the cells if the cells are really damaged. And this is the thing that you can tap into if you are interested in increasing your health span or longevity. And I'm associating this also with happiness, and I will tell you about that in a second. But if you want to, so another example of hormetic stress or the adaptive stress mechanism is exercise. So whenever you exercise, you are hurting your muscles. You're breaking them down. You're stressing your muscles, and that triggers an adaptive stress response to come and fix your muscles and actually build them up better than before. So that is another example. That's why one of the reasons why exercise is so good for you. Um, and I'm just looking at my notes. Okay. So, what I do, the things that I do to kind of trigger this in a very gentle way, you know, is I do cold therapy, very gentle cold therapy. So when I take a shower, I finish with cold water, or I start with cold water, or I go for a walk in my yard in the cold if it's cold. It's been so hot lately, though, hasn't it, Katie? It's been warm in the last couple of days, but it was so cold before. But yeah, I'll like on a 40-degree day, I'll go for a walk in a bathing suit. I know that's weird, but it's in my backyard and nobody sees. Yeah, I'm like in my my snake, I call them snake boots. They're like these they're barn boots. And I wear my barn boots and I walk around in a bathing suit. I know that's so eccentric, but yeah, I do it. No one's watching. I mean, yes, if anybody's watching, my neighbors are just as eccentric as I am, so it doesn't really matter. Um, I know the warm up is so nice. Is it super muddy where you are at though? Because I mean, I've been going out, walking around, getting really muddy. There's so much mud in the house. There's so much dirt. It's, I've been just dealing with it like crazy. But I do love the warm up. So, Katie, do you worry about snakes on days like this? Because I mean, it's kind of overcast, but it was warm, and it just seems like maybe the copperheads might come out. I don't know. Yeah, it's mushy, but mushy's fun. It is very freeing just being in your bathing suit. You can come over and we can dance around my yard in a bathing suit if you want. I hula hoop too. I just don't care. I just do what I want to do. It's harmless as long as it's harmless. In fact, I mean, if anybody's gonna like judge from their kitchen window, I'm giving them a story. I'm giving them a good time. It's all good, right? Yeah, so that's one of the ways that I kind of tap into that survival circuit or um, um, adaptive stress is through cold therapy, walking around in the cold, taking cold showers, even taking a cold, jacuzzi. Not a jacuzzi, but like bath. Try not to think about snakes. Yeah, I know we need to hang out. Yeah, I try not. I just wear my snake boots. That's how I kind of. And the snakes, I mean, the copperheads. It's not like they're that bad, right? Benadryl. It's all good, right? Lila, she's my little girl, Weimaraner. She got bit by copperhead when she was 8 weeks old, and it was in November when it happened. November, she got bit by a snake. Isn't that crazy? But the snake, because it was so cool, it was cold outside, cool outside, not cold. Um, the snake was kind of going dormant, and so the snake didn't really deliver much of it wasn't too bad of a hit. Yeah, so so cold therapy. Another thing that I do, did I write it down? I don't think I wrote it down. Oh, getting hungry. So this is not intermittent fasting. This is, I try to make sure I'm really hungry before I eat. Now, we're going to tap into happiness now. So, happiness, like in this day and age, everything is at our fingertips. I mean, if you're lucky, if you have, some privilege, everything is at your fingertips. You can get anything that you want, any food that you want, comes in a package. You could like any entertainment that you want. We never want for anything. And the problem with not wanting for anything is that we never look forward to it. We never hope for it. We never really like um get like okay, when you just get it right away, when you never hope for it, when you never want for it, you don't really cultivate gratitude for it when you get it. And gratitude is like the key to happiness, you know? I feel like it is. So I think that cultivating a sense of want for things helps you become more gratitude, more grateful for what you do get. But at the same time, it figures in with longevity too, because when you cultivate you can cultivate a sense of want by like being a little hungry. I'm not saying starving yourself, but just being hungry before you eat. So I have an analogy. I don't even know if it's an analogy. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know, maybe it's just bad anthropology. But but imagine being like a hunter gatherer, and you know, your food is not on a shelf. It's living. It's living. It's either a plant or an animal, and you have to go hunt or gather it. So what triggers you to go hunt or gather? It's probably your hunger. So you're hungry and you want to go, you know, get your food. It probably takes a while before you can actually get that food. And then once you get it, you know, you get it, you eat it, and you really appreciate it. You're really grateful for it because you really wanted it. You cultivated a sense of want, and you got it. Now you're grateful. And in that process, while you're cultivating a sense of want, you're also activating your adaptive stress response. And you know, so your body is, you know, a little stressed out. There's a little damage and inflammation there, and that activates a mechanism where these molecules called sirtuins, they're actually called sirtuins, and I think there's other things, you know, will go and um and kind of program the expression of your DNA, kind of fix the DNA, and it does some repair work. Yeah. So so I do try to get hungry. I do try to sit in my hunger for a while. It's not intermittent fasting. I don't do it every day. I do it sometimes. Like the adaptive stress mechanism is triggered if you just do it sometimes. It's not something, you know, you don't have to the intermittent fasting every day. You know, I have a feeling that you actually might adapt to that so well that that might actually stop happening, but I'm not really sure. I need to look into that some more. So another thing that triggers hormetic stress or your adaptive stress mechanism is drinking alcohol of wine. Like wine is kind of good for you on so many levels. Like there's resveratrol, which is an antioxidant, but we're not really talking about that. We're talking about the stress of the alcohol itself. And that causes damage, causes inflammation that your body has to go and repair. And I read a study about that, and I can't find the study, but what I read, and there's very few studies that I could find on this. But in this study, and I don't know how robust it was or anything. I gotta find that study. But in this study, they recommended. Well, they studied I think 1 glass of wine for women and 2 glasses for men, and they found that 1 glass of wine was the sweet spot. It was enough wine to cause enough damage to trigger the um, the adaptive stress response, um, so that you were left in a better condition than before. But if you're a woman and you have like 3 glasses of wine, that is actually too much stress on your body, and it's the net result is damaging. So drinking wine in moderation, you know, and I think I remember asking this question when I read that study. Well, what about 2 glasses of wine? And I don't think they really answered that. But I'm been trying to find this study. I can't find it. Everybody's gone. Oh, okay, Katie. Katie says, I will come back to watch the rest later. Baby's bedtime for now. Bye, Katie. Bye. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. Hello, who is here? Welcome to Stevie's Earth-Based Kitchen. So, this channel is located on the intersection of veganism, healthy aging, and happiness. I've been talking about cultivating a sense of want, and you're gone. You're gone. Just like that. Gone with the wind. All right. Okay. So, yeah, I think I haven't really exhausted my notes, but it's a slow night. I've talked long enough. If if you come to this video and you want to learn more about it, I'm going to be leaving links down below. So there will be books that you can read, podcasts that you can listen to, and a couple of papers on adaptive stress. And let me know if I am on a journey to learn more about this stuff. So as I learn, I will be discussing more and more with you. I don't want to be super sciencey. I'm not a scientist. I want to be kind of like, maybe a bridge, like a journalist in a way. I want to, I'm not a scientist, but I'm interested in this stuff. I love learning from the experts. I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I think I'm pretty good at conveying, that in a non-sciencey way. But mostly on this channel, I do a lot of vegan cooking, and gluten-free. It's gluten-free vegan cooking with a focus on longevity and, healthy aging, increasing our health span, but also, happy food that makes us happy, that tastes good, that's satiating. We don't deprive ourselves here. It's all about moderation and fun. All right, well, I am going to be signing off tonight. Thank you for all those who joined me. Thank you for all those who will see this video in the future. I had a lot of fun putting it together, and please, if you are interested in veganism, healthy aging, and happiness, consider subscribing, hitting that bell button, and if you like this video, you know what to do. All right, if you've made it this far, I think you've liked it. All right, thank you. Have an awesome evening, and I will see you Tuesday for Vegan Taco Tuesday with Leanne. Don't forget. Bye.